just not visible enough. It's like you're in the shadows. It's like you're hiding. Just show people you exist. It's all about using YouTube and the power of how powerful YouTube is for your business. Now, we've been at a very pivotal point in our business where we're looking at the work that we're doing. So I look at here, I'll just show you guys quickly over here. Let's go here. So this is one of our clients I can show you, for example, where, there's me, no surprise, where we, again, it's all about, comes back to the personal brand, right? How can we build a personal brand around you? How can we build a media company around your business? Like you can see here, this makes me really proud. When you come here, you can learn about what she's doing within the company, what they're doing, where they're going. Their team members, their staff can be inspired by this, right? So this is what we call, how could we use the attention economy? How could we use the resources around us to build up the SEO also, even because YouTube owns Google, right? So, when we look at in the B2B field, people want to buy from people that they know, like, and trust. That's really the point of business. You buy from people that you know, like, and trust. So for me to be able to come in and watch your content, to understand who you are, what you're doing in the marketplace, how you're changing lives, is quite valuable. And so that's why this webinar is about, okay, how can you use social media? How can you use things like YouTube to really market your personal brand? But we've been in the space where we talk to so many business owners and then, especially CEOs, and we say, look, when it comes to doing this, right? When it comes to putting out content, when it comes to building your brand, it doesn't bring in revenue right away. This here doesn't bring in income. It's top of mind. It's just showing people you exist. It's making yourself findable for people, right? When people are searching for you or searching for your solutions, I should say, it's about how can you come up. We use LinkedIn, which is quite a powerful tool in the B2B world. LinkedIn is incredibly powerful, right? To be able to attract your audience, to be able to speak to your customers, to be able to show people, what you're doing in the marketplace and get people to know, like, and trust you. I'm about to go do a video after this to really kind of talk into using LinkedIn and the power of LinkedIn, right? And so what we like to do is, and I know I'll go into this in this presentation, but it's about how can we use the content? So how can we show who we are? How can you show yourself? And then be able to repurpose that on LinkedIn. So when I met this amazing person here, Louise, who's the founder of Peppermint IT Sip and Solve, which is an IT company. And, they are doing amazing things in the space. They're the only women company in IT, right? Especially that make you feel comfortable to come for your IT issues. Because sometimes IT people make you feel stupid. Of course I don't understand IT, but hey, but they really make you feel comfortable. So she didn't have a podcast. She didn't really have that marketing presence. She's doing sales, right? And again, like I said, sales, marketing, two different things. Sales is going hand in hand. It's speaking to customers, getting on those phones, getting on them emails, right? Talking to people, going and hand-to-hand combat, right? Getting targets and going for those targets. But there was no presence where if I cold call you that, who are you guys? Okay, you have a website. Yep, you got a Facebook account. Cool. But the more information that we can give them, the easier it makes your sales cycle, right? The easier it makes your sales cycle. When you have content like this on YouTube, it's so easy now to repurpose this content onto Facebook, onto Instagram, onto LinkedIn. You can now use this content onto LinkedIn. So that's why this is incredibly valuable, the power of YouTube. And when you do this over a long period of time, this is when you'll even start to see leads and inbound leads come through YouTube. Right? It comes through because now you're building a media company. I want you to think of building a media company. So something like this, again, is very long-term. It's very long-term. It's a long-term game. So in our company, we're saying, okay, how can you as a CEO, as a speaker, be able to combine both? Be able to have potentially a sales team, out there, for a lot of the CEOs that we work with now, from let's say 11 to 50 employees, from 50 employees to 200 employees. Some of you already have a sales team. Okay, how effective is that sales team? There's actually research done. I was speaking to a company that they close 90% of deals. Listen to this. They close 90% of deals when a customer, let's say who's booked in an appointment, has watched a video before the meeting. So the touch points, they see their advertisement somewhere, or they get a sales or cold call, something like that. Usually they get into a funnel. Once they get into the funnel, they go in and watch a video. That video has gone through YouTube. So they go in and watch the video, then they come into the meeting. That video where you can, it's like a YouTube video, it could be a video sales letter, but if you put it up where, you just make yourself more findable, and I'm about to show you how to make yourself more findable, where you're just more findable now, all the objections or certain pain points that they've discovered and anything can be answered in the video. So they may have more questions when they get on a call with your sales team, but they've already had things answered and they've already known more information. They're already educated, because most customers are educated before they come to you, and they've been educated by you. Then by the time it comes to the sale, it's much more easier. They already know you. They already know what you guys are about. So it's now just about kind of a conversation on how we can partner together. And that makes the sales process more easier. Whereas if someone, yes, that you've got them into the funnel, there's not much that they can see much about you. So in that sales call, yes, you can still close them, but you may have to go through a little bit more touch points. It make it, so it's about how could we just make it more easier for our customers? How can we just provide them value? How can we just educate them? And YouTube is a powerful place where the content lives. And I hope that is quite, I broke that down in quite an understandable way. This is, for example, our podcast that we have. We bring on other leaders. So we use the podcast as a way to have conversations, for a way to educate our audience, consistently educating. This webinar right now will also go up on YouTube, and that's where the content lies. So I said you have to make yourself more findable. Have you ever seen when you're going through life, and let's say you've been thinking about, I need to buy a car, that's a good example. I need to buy a car, or I need to invest in a coaching program. When you're thinking about that, your phone is an extension of your mind. So guess what's going to happen? When you now go on your phone, those things are going to start to appear. That more cars are going to start to appear. Maybe starting a podcast. You've been thinking, man, I really want to start a podcast. And then you might even see me there talking about starting a podcast, and then whoop-de-doo. 2 months later, you've got an amazing podcast. Like that's literally how it works. What I'm showing you is this is what's changed. It always used to be about who's following you, your social graph. Now it's about an interest graph. It's about whatever you're interested in. The AI algorithms are so good, they're going to show you exactly what you're searching for. The AI algorithms are so good, they're going to show you exactly what you're searching for. So now, like I said, how can you make yourself more findable? How can you make yourself more findable for your customers? So if I'm now, again, I just gave that example. If I'm here, our company is looking after CEOs, after busy entrepreneurs who don't have time for social media, who actually need a growth partner, because a lot of these guys or women, whoever, like you just see there, they're incredibly busy, but they need a growth partner. They need a team who can come in and get things done, who can come in and put up YouTube content, who can come in and, let's say, this is the plan. We're going to get this content. We're going to put out this content. This is the goal. We're going to run your podcast. The podcast is running. Okay, what's happening with your sales team? Why are we not closing deals? How can we earn more revenue? How can we increase the conversion rate? How can we use this content as a funnel to now make more sales? How can we increase your lifetime value of a customer? So there is CEOs right now, business owners are like, man, I need marketing. I need someone to help me. I need someone to guide me through this process. I need a partner I can trust to be able to help me get to that next level. There's people thinking of that right now. So guess what? We come across their path. Maybe they're scrolling and we come across them. So that's where it's changed, where it's about an interest graph. It's not about, exactly social, and which is an incredibly powerful example. So if you're in the tech, you're a SaaS company. Okay, well, your solution, there's people who are searching for your solution. So why are you not visible? Why are you not visible? The problem with a lot of, you guys, you're just not visible enough. It's like you're in the shadows. It's like you're hiding. Just show people you exist. YouTube is a global platform. Google owns YouTube. So people are searching for things, for solutions, which is, I think, is a great example. Like we really try to put our titles on what people are searching for. For example, like we have one video here. You can see Ultimate Vietnam Travel Guide, the only one you need, right? That we did that title based off of what people are kind of, okay, what are people searching for? Someone's going to say, oh, what's a travel guide to Vietnam? I want our video to come up in their funnel. You know, they're looking how to pass down your business to your children. This is now a video of me interviewing a CEO in his office, and then you can see really even our product here. You can see me in the office, and this is exactly what I'm talking about. This is a great example of what I'm talking about. This is a CEO. When I first met him, actually we met at the gym, and he's incredibly busy. He has offices all around the world, a company from 11 to 50 employees, on his mission, on his vision. But he still needed someone, a growth partner, to be alongside him to say, this is what we need to do. This is the vision. You need to be more visible. I'm going to come to your office. We're going to record a podcast. We're going to record a podcast. I'm going to ask you questions about your goals, the future, where you're going. From there, we're going to get short form content. We're going to put it on TikTok where your audience is. And then we're going to put it up on YouTube where it lives on longer. So again, like I said, marketing, sales, two different things. Marketing is top of mind. This video we could have done 2-3 years ago. A video that I could have done 2-3 years ago, I posted on YouTube, can bring me a sale 3 years later. That's the difference. Marketing is not something you put in now and you get out straight away. Sales is something like that. Sales is something we go in now, we call customers, we email customers, we get in their face, we go and meet, we go networking, and then it's a little bit easier now to get quicker because now we're going hand in hand. But then exactly what happens after that sales meeting? What happens after that cold email? What happens after that cold call? What happens after your sales team or you as a salesperson is going to your customers? What are they going to do? They're going to come and Google you. When they come and Google you, that's where the marketing plays a role. So it's about, okay, how can we use these two functions together and work in a way? So someone like him needed that. Say, I need to be more visible. I need to be an authority. I need to be an authority figure. I need to dominate these platforms. So he came with us and said, okay, how can we do that? The reason why I'm giving you this example is exactly what I'm saying on how you can use this for your business, how to pass down your business to your children. This video here, it's an advertisement for us because it's showing exactly what we do subconsciously if you're really hip to it, right? It's showing me with the CEO talking and asking him questions, not just about his law firm. I was asking him questions about his child, and he brought his son to work, and I was just talking to him about it. And he was telling me, about his son. But that's what makes people like you. That's what makes people like, man, I like this guy. Like, I see myself like that too. Like, I want to bring my son into my business one day and things like this is what life's about. This is what legacy is about. So it's like, how can you build ideas on how you can get content out about who you are and what you do? And when you build a personal brand around you, and you can put it up where people are searching for and you're more visible, that's how you get up on more stages, that's how you get on more podcasts, that's how you build a moat around your business where you're not just commoditized. You're not just about, oh, I can go get it cheaper somewhere else. Cool, you go get it cheaper somewhere else because I attract our tribe, right? So that's what you want to focus on is, okay, how can we be of interest to the people? There's a done by rule called 7-11-4, and Google did some research and says, okay, when someone spends money, what makes them buy from someone? And it was 7 hours they got to consume of your content. Can I come on your channel as a business owner, with you as a business owner, but can I come as a consumer and consume 7 hours of your content? Right now, if their company email me or cold call me for IT solutions, I can go in right now and consume 7 hours of their content. Look at this. Of course I can. Look how much content that is. I can consume 7 hours of this content. Even if these videos get 10 views, 11 views, it doesn't matter. Those 10 views, out of those 10 views, 1% could convert into a $12,000 deal, an $18,000 deal, right? And what's the lifetime value of your customer? So it's about really targeting your tribe, right? People are seeing in these algorithms what they're searching for. If they've been looking for an IT solution in their business, they will find you. So it's not about even who's the best. You don't even have to be the best. You may not be the best, but it's about who's the most visible, right? So the most visible beats talent now more than ever. And that's why it's incredibly important. So when we talk about YouTube, this is the format of how we do it. We do a content pyramid. We document the content, right? Which is a podcast, which is a reality show, which is coming and, seeing what you're doing in operations. We document that. Like what I'm doing now, I'm documenting this. This is being recorded. So I don't have to go out and I'm not going out and I need to create a video, right? And that's why we get partnerships with our CEOs, because they don't have time for that. And they don't have time to be like, oh, no. We just say, okay, this is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to come to you and be able to get out the content. We come to you. This is what you need to do. Document, reality type of style. So this is the documentation of the content. And then from the documentation of the content, especially for, let's say, the keynote speakers out there, right? You're doing a 2-hour keynote. You're doing a podcast. Again, for me, is like, how can we just document beats creating at any day of the week? If we document what you're doing, then we can get long form content from there. Once we get long form content from there, we can break it up in short form content. And once we have the short form content, that's when we can put it out to more people. And then that's how we become more visible. So sales, if you learn anything from this webinar, sales and marketing, those are powerful pillars in your business. And if we can use them as a team, your sales will go up like crazy. Again, how can we improve the sales in the team? So, and that's what we call sales enablement. How can we have a system of sales enablement? We have the sales. It depends on how many you have in the team and how effective it is. How can we improve that? And then, okay, cool. How can we now improve our marketing? How can we now run great ads? How can we now use YouTube? I see so many marketing agencies. I see so many people like not being able to be strategic enough and say, YouTube is our media company. If we can build a media company around our business, oh my goodness, it's valuable. We have a newsletter. We can send them to the YouTube videos. Before a meeting, we give them a YouTube video, one of our videos that they can go watch before a meeting, right? We have content out there. I'll give you another example. I did this myself. Before we input a sales team in my business, we got to be really, really good and see what works really well. I have to go in and make calls. I made a call to someone and I found something that was similar to that we went to the same school. So I found that, and as a salesperson, you say, okay, cool. If there's a similarity, I can use that to be able to, grab their attention. So we went to the same school. And when I saw that, then I said, hey, I had an interview, a podcast with the principal of the school. Because he said, hey, I'd love to listen to your podcast. Boom, sent him that interview. So he's like, I called him. Yep, cool. I'm going to go and listen to the podcast when I'm going to work. I usually listen to my podcast when I'm in the car. I'm off the phone. We've hung up the phone, gone. Okay, boom, we'll book a meeting for next week. When I'm gone, he's going to go in his car and listen to me. Listen to what we're basically doing in our business. Talking, being of interest. He's going to go listen to me on a podcast. Guys, are you hearing this? Are you hearing how powerful this is? So now he's going to listen to me on a podcast. I'm not in the room. So now by the time that meeting is there, he's already consumed 7 hours of content. He already knows a little bit about who we are. He's listened to a podcast. So now when he comes into that meeting, he's already warm. That interview I did a year ago. So that interview didn't bring me any sales at the time. But you see how sales and marketing correlate? That was marketing. That was just being top of mind, speaking with leaders. But then now, someone going and listening to that, when they go and watch that podcast, which is up on YouTube, there's advertisements in there. So now, by the time it comes to the meeting, it's so much warmer. Because, man, I listened to you, the podcast. I like the way you speak. I like the way you communicate. The deal is much more easier. The trust is there. Because nowadays, everything is all about trust. It's all about trust. And a lot of CEOs out there just want someone that they can trust, that they can partner with. So that's on our business and what we're seeing. So the same thing for you, especially in the B2B, your customers just want someone to trust. They just want someone that they can see. So just be that for them. Be the person that they can trust. Be the person that they can consume, that they can watch, that you can entertain, that you can inspire, that you can be vulnerable and they see themselves in you. And that's how you build a tribe. And that's how you use sales and marketing all in one place. And so what we do when we document, whether that's in their lives, whether that's interview, whatever it is, it's a keynote, we get the short form content, we post that all over socials, it lives up on YouTube, where now people can come into your funnel, and then we distribute the second round of micro content, Facebook, Spotify, YouTube again, like you can see, Instagram, and then, this is community driven macro content we put, and then we put out again, we usually now get those content and then we put them in audio. Some people don't just watch videos, they want to listen. So we want to be everywhere. We want to be visible, right? So this is quite powerful information, guys. If anyone wants to learn on, wants to get this done for them, if you want a growth partner, if you want someone to be alongside you along this journey, to improve your sales process, to improve the marketing, to be able to look and as an outsider in your business and say, okay, how can we use all these functions to be able to build a moat around who you are and what you do? So we're able to achieve our short-term results in terms of, okay, how can we bring more people through the door? But the long-term results of, okay, how can we be around for decades? How can we have a legacy business? If you want to exit, you want to sell your business for millions, right? You want to build up as much intellectual property as possible, right? Whoever comes in and acquires your business can use these media assets for, think about how powerful it is. They can come in and see the sales cycle independent of you, how it works, funnel, customers coming in, community, engaging with content, right? Watching content before meeting, like that builds up such a huge moat around you and your business. You become unstoppable. You truly do become unstoppable. So these are just things that, we're doing in the marketplace of, okay, how can we not just be a marketing agency? No, how can we be a growth partner? When you win, we win. And so for those of you guys who got inspired by this or who want to learn more on how to be able to work with us, we'd love to have a chat. I'm just even kind of recording a little bit on my iPhone now. My thing keeps dropping, right? So this is a way for me, just as a live example, I can go in, get some content in the background as I'm documenting what I'm doing. So I don't have to market, I don't have to create content. No, I'm already in business operations. I'm here operating my business. I don't have time to be creating videos per se, right? I'm just recording it in the back. Once I'm recording it in the back, now that becomes content that we can post all over social media. So exactly when one of my customers, when one of those CEOs who's been tired of saying, look, I'm not visible enough. I want to be out there more. I want to be in front of more people, but I'm just not visible. I need organic content. I need YouTube. I need a growth partner. I need to use sales. How can we use these videos? How can we use this documentation to now, when we get people to come into our funnel, we can send them content. They go and watch the content. By the time they come into a meeting, into our business, or by the time they come to our business, they're already so warm because they've watched the content they know, like, and trust our business. They know, like, and trust me as a CEO. The sales cycle becomes so much more quicker. And then boom, that's how you bring in revenue. We bring in the sales and then we use the marketing to combine both of those things together to build a moat around your business. So like ending off this, if you guys need that and looking for that, we're here for you. And you can come to our website and you can be able to come in. We usually have a 3-step process to work with us. It's like we really love to, again, it's all about people, learning about who you are. It's a people. So it's about, we'd love to learn more about you, learn more about your company, learn about your mission, your vision, where you're trying to get to. Then we learned a little bit more about your business. Okay, what are you doing in sales? What are you trying to make? What are you trying to achieve with marketing? Are you just here for, top of mind visibility? Do you want to combine both? Then we come up with a customized report really around you and how we can get those goals. And then we partner together. A lot of CEOs we see in the marketplace out there, they just have employees just going through the motions, just there, just putting people on seats. So, okay, how can we, be there where we don't sleep? We'll be your growth partner. We're here to see you win. We're here to see you grow. We're here to take you to the next level.
If you really enjoyed this video, make sure to click here, and I'm sure you're going to love that one.